Beyond. Good morning, everyone. I'm Tom Bosco.
And I'm Stephanie Chainog, and we are live at the Ohio Stadium, the Horseshoe, or as most people call it, the Shoe. Absolutely.
Looking over the Shoe right now, it's shaping up to be a beautiful day for football here in Columbus. The sun is up.
It's here.
The script says that the sun is warming things up. I wouldn't exactly say that's exactly right yet. Still a little on the chilly side, a little breezy, but we're powering through here.
Yeah, Sarah Converse, you've got the rundown for the game day forecast. The wind is giving us a little trouble out here, Sarah.
Yeah, the wind's going to continue to be an issue through the rest of the day. Not as strong as it was yesterday, but it's creating a bite in the air, especially for this morning with temperatures still in the 40s. It's not going to be until near the end of the game that you'll notice that it's going to feel a little bit warmer outside. So satellite and radar shows dry conditions across the area. The sun is shining. We're drying things out finally after Mother Nature seemed to have the faucet on and left it running on central Ohio for quite some time. Now, taking a look at our temperatures, we've warmed up a little bit since the past hour. Dublin's at 49, downtown is at 48, Grove City is at 48, but those winds are what's making it feel just really chilly out there. Winds right now from the northwest, west-northwest at 15 to 20 miles per hour. Temperatures will gradually warm up, so by the time the game starts at noon, it'll be around 56, and then at 3 p.m. will be around 61. Stay with us. Warmer temperatures are on the way, along with the chance for rain showers and thunderstorms. I'm timing out the next weather maker for you. A full check of your forecast in just a few.
All right, Sarah, it is certainly breezy out here, but we are about 3 hours away from kickoff, and you're probably wondering, can there actually be a winner of the spring game? Well, the short answer is yes.
Although this game is essentially a scrimmage, there is a way to tally up the points, but score is kept in a unique way, okay? The game will be played in its usual scarlet versus gray format when it comes to jersey color, but it's really the offense versus the defense when it comes to points.
Yeah, the offense will score in the traditional way, of course, with touchdowns and field goals, while the defense will have different point totals for defensive stops. A takeaway touchdown is 6 points. A recovered fumble or an interception is 3 points. Forcing the offense to go 3 and out earns the defense 3 points, and forcing a punt gives them 1 point. And of course, sacking the man under center is a 2-point play for the defense.
And the spring game is one of the biggest OSU football traditions. The players have trotted out of the tunnel to play almost every year since 1931.
Now, the only times the game wasn't played were during World War II and in 1990 because new grass was being planted at Ohio Stadium. Now, despite those few years of missed games, it's still a tradition that gets the OSU faithful and the players pumped up. And speaking of traditions, yeah, during the spring game, you might notice a slight difference when it comes to some players' helmets. Some have a red stripe down the middle. Others have a black stripe. That is because those players haven't lost their black stripe yet. Now, shedding the black stripe is a recent tradition that was started in 2011 by then head coach Urban Meyer, who believed all newcomers to the program needed to earn their way into full Buckeye-ness, I guess you might say. As a result, they have a black stripe placed over the scarlet one until the coaching staff believes they've earned the right to get rid of that black stripe.
Well, one player who has certainly proved himself as the '1 recruit in the country, Jeremiah Smith. JJ set a program record by losing his black stripe in just 4 practices. All eyes will be on the 6'3" wideout today, and if his practice videos are anything to go by, he'll certainly put on quite a show. Now, the 5-star is the second highest rated recruit the Buckeyes have ever secured. The only player rated higher is quarterback Quinn Ewers, who transferred to Texas after 1 season of limited action in Columbus.
Now, with the addition of Jeremiah Smith, whoever gets the starting quarterback role will have an assortment of weapons at their disposal to throw to. In addition to JJ, both Emeka Egbuka and highly touted sophomore Carnell Tate are coming back. The one big question mark on the offense, though, will be in the tight end position. The ever-reliable Cade Stover going pro, and it doesn't appear the Buckeyes have his replacement lined up just yet.
Now, 6'6" sophomore Jelani Thuram is an option, but is still seen as a relatively raw by the coaching staff. The other option is Ohio University transfer Will Kasmerick. Now, the former Bobcat also stands at 6'6" and has strung together a respectable 2 seasons in Athens, where he hauled in a total of 42 receptions for 507 yards and 2 touchdowns. This spring game will prove crucial for both players who look to lock down the position of first choice tight end. Now, as the countdown to kickoff continues and the hype for the game builds, expect to see increased crowds in and around campus. We've been seeing them already this morning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've been seeing a lot of folks walk by, a lot of things to get us excited over here. Jeremiah Wilcox is live on the other side of the stadium. Jeremiah, tell us about traffic, tailgaters. What are you seeing right now?
And you can see there's a lot of people out here just enjoying the day today. It's chilly, but you know, that scarlet and gray is keeping a lot of people warm. So I have the Kinnear family here, and they drove over an hour to get here today.
Yes, from Nelsonville, Ohio.
It's an exciting day, huh?
Yes, very exciting.
And so you guys were telling me that this is you two first time here.
Yes. Yes.
So how are you liking it so far?
Pretty good.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very exciting to be here. I'm just so thankful for my parents for getting me here. It's just a wonderful time here. Surely is.
And how excited are you guys here for today?
Oh, it's awesome to see your kids' first game, you know, first experience at Ohio State. Big Buckeye fans all of our lives, so they're having a good time with the games and everything, and I'm sure we'll be back, you know, come fall time. So.
And is this a tradition for the couple here to come to games?
It's my boy, like I said, my boy's first time. Me and my father and family used to do it for years. Now they're getting to the age where they're liking football, so we're going to try to make it a tradition, you know.
That's awesome. I love to see that, like a big family event today.
Yes. Big family.
All right, well, I hope you guys enjoy the spring game today. We're going to send it back to you. For Good Day Columbus, I'm Jeremiah Wilcox.
All right, thanks, Jeremiah. Yeah, it's certainly exciting. Great to see families
Exciting.
here. Great to see people experiencing their first game. All right, and it's another historic first for the spring game. The matchup between the offense and defense is airing on network television. Fox is going to air the spring game. We'll tell you how fans are reacting to this.
Plus, we are digging into some local headlines. An attempted kidnapping in Union County sparking intense reaction. We'll hear from a community on edge after one of their own was almost swiped from the street.
We are back live with you at the shoe. We're in a great spot. We got the shoe on one side, the band is practicing on the other. It is a great day out here, but the spring game, of course, isn't the only thing on our minds this morning. We are following several local stories as well.
Now let's send things back to Terry Sullivan in the studio for a look at your morning headlines. Terry.
All right, Steph, thanks so much. And we are following some breaking news from overnight. A man was shot and killed on Lisa Drive just before midnight. 36-year-old Isaac Price was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say they heard somebody saying no, no, no before the shot rang out. Investigators say Price may have been involved in an argument just before the shot was fired. They're now investigating and are asking you to call them if you have any information. Scary moments unfolding in a Union County neighborhood. Investigators looking for answers after a child told them a man tried to lure her into his car. It happened Thursday. The 10-year-old girl had just gotten off the school bus. She told police a dark-colored Honda HR-V passed her and then stopped. That's when the driver, the stranger, offered to give her a ride home. The child told police the man continued to follow her until she got to her house. Now neighbors are speaking out.
Anything can happen anywhere. Honestly, it's only about a minute and a half walk, but a lot can happen in a minute. A lot can happen in 30 seconds.
The sheriff's office is now looking to hopefully talk with the driver. They say that dark-colored car has a decal with a skull on the side of the door. If you recognize that car, if you know who the driver is, call police. The Buckeyes and the fans are ready to go for today's spring game, but what if you didn't get tickets? Not to worry. An historic first means you can watch it from the comfort of your couch. Tom and Seth are live breaking it down in just 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's a great day planned. An opportunity to be the first ever spring game that's going to be televised nationally on Fox is just so exciting for our guys and for Buckeye Nation and for the program. Really cool, really great opportunity. So our guys want to put on a good show, and have some fun with it.
Well, maybe just a scrimmage, but the Buckeye spring game attracts some huge numbers crowd-wise. For example, in 2016, more fans gathered to see this game than were in total attendance for every single Akron home game this year.
Oh, gotta love the fans. That 2016 game is currently the record holder for most attended spring game in college football history. Over 100,000 people packed the shoe that year to see a game that featured future NFL and Buckeye greats like Terry McLaurin and Malik Hooker, as well as one-time Buckeye turned LSU transfer. We know his name, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I was just saying, I've heard of that guy, right? But that 100,000 attendance record isn't just a one-off. The Buckeyes are able to consistently pack tens of thousands of people into the shoe for the spring game. Furthermore, they currently hold the top 3 spring game attendance records in all of college football, beating out SEC powerhouses like Georgia, Alabama, and Auburn. Now, this year's spring game viewership will likely be double or even triple the amount of people who actually show up to Ohio Stadium to see the game. That is because for the first time ever, the game is going to be shown on a major network. 2023's spring game was shown live on the Big Ten network, but now Fox is taking over the reins. The game's going to be available on your television, any television that gets Fox. If you've got YouTube TV, Hulu Live, Fubo TV, it will also be streamed on the Fox Sports app and even over the air. Remember good old over the air broadcasting? Yeah, right. That's going to be on Fox today at noon. Now, with this being the first time the preseason game is on Fox on national television, we wanted to take a trip around campus to see if students would tune in at the stadium or via their televisions.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of them here in person already. And of course, many shared their predictions with me for the 2024 season. And those predictions include revenge on that team up north.
For the first time ever, OSU Spring Football Game nationally televised on Fox.
I'm going to stay at my house and watch it, but I am very excited to see how the presentation of it's laid out, because it's usually on Big Ten Network, isn't it? So more eyes is always a better thing.
I mean, I know a lot of people who are going in person, but I feel like people not in Columbus will definitely watch it online. Well, I have a friend coming up, so she really wanted to go, and I wanted to share Ohio State football with her.
I think it's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited. I know we got a lot of really good recruits coming in, so it'll be good, I think.
Yeah, we're from the swim team, so we've got recruits we're bringing to the game. It's big for us. I think it's really cool that our school is doing that as well.
So I'm excited about all of them, and I think it's a deep room. I'd like to think it's the best room in terms of talent in the country, and we're going to continue to build on that.
Well, that is what head coach Ryan Day had to say 2 weeks ago during an open team practice. Others there got a sneak peek into the roster.
The defense has stopped the offense behind the line, and I'm really excited to see kind of how they play this year, because I feel like the first 3 years of my school, they were really limited, and I feel like this year they're really going to come out as a force.
The OSU bookstore adding new items to its inventory, including a joint launch with Lululemon.
So you don't want to go to the spring game without your Nike Ryan Day hat. Brand new, just dropped this week, is our Brutus Squishy. This is going to be a huge fan favorite. And then, of course, I can't forget about Lululemon. This is our first spring with the Lululemon collection. We just got a new drop of belt bags that have the Block O logo on them.
1,122 fans in attendance for the spring game today.
Whether you flipped your channel to catch the preseason game or watched in person, one thing is for certain, a long season of Buckeye football is near, with a close eye on that team up north.
Beat them.
I'm really hoping we'll pull through and win.
We're obviously the team up north, but I mean, any other predictions?
No, I think natty or bust, so I think we got it.
I've already placed my bets.
That Lululemon gear is going to fly out of the bookstore, you know.
And
but don't...
a squishy Brutus.
Yeah, right, exactly. And, of course, kickoff is at noon. We have got a special pregame football fever leading up to the game. You can join Kellyanne and the rest of the Football Fever crew starting at 11:30. They will take you right up to noon kickoff, and that noon kickoff is right here on Fox 28. Let's talk to Sarah, though, now for a look at the spring game forecast. Sarah, still a little chilly out here. Warming up, though, right?
Yes, slowly. It'll be a gradual process. The winds are going to still stick around, so while we will be warming up, the winds will make it feel cool outside. Here's another look at today's featured sunrise photo. This was sent in by Maureen. Thank you so much for sending in this gorgeous sunrise photo. And I want to see your sunrise photos. You can submit those to me. Just search meteorologist Sarah Converse on Facebook or go to your app or on the desktop. Go to Chime In, and then you find the Sunrises with Sarah tab. Upload those photos there and make sure to let me know where you've taken your photo. For your Bassett Services heating and cooling current conditions to our south, they're warming up. They've already gotten to the 50s this morning. 50 in Waverly, Chillicothe, 50 in Logan. Athens is at 52, while Mount Vernon and Newark's at 46. Columbus is at 48. Marysville is at 48, and Bucyrus sits at 45. Satellite and radar shows dry conditions across the state as a high pressure system is controlling the area. So beautiful sunny skies for that spring game. On the cooler side, but by kickoff we'll warm up to 56. By the time the game is over, it'll be around 61. Dry for now and for part of Sunday, but our next weather maker is on the way as rain showers and thunderstorms will return by tomorrow night. Timing it all out for you. Sunny skies through Sunday with strong southwesterly winds. Those winds will not only warm us up, but they'll also bring some moisture for that cold front as it dips into the area later Sunday night. So after 6 p.m., we'll be watching radar very closely for the potential for some showers to bubble up and some thunderstorms. A broken line starts to develop here by 8 p.m. for places like Marion and near Bell Fountain. It will race to the I-70 corridor, impacting the I-70 corridor around 9 to 10 p.m. Then eventually sagging to the south to the southern communities like Waverly and Athens close to around 11 p.m. and midnight. Now, a few of those storms that may develop tomorrow night will have the potential to produce some gusty winds as the Storm Prediction Center has a low risk for a threat for some severe weather, so a stronger storm or two can't be ruled out. A higher threat, though, for parts of East Ohio and into Pennsylvania, so definitely keep a close eye on the forecast, but gusty winds are going to be the main concern there. Otherwise, temperatures are warm. We'll be mid to upper 70s with our next weather maker moving in on Tuesday. More rain showers and thunderstorms possible. A cold front passing through by the end of the week will allow temperatures to fall. So Friday, we're going to be cool, highs in the upper 50s.
Oh, I love the city. I love High Street. I love being in the city. Love going to the restaurants here. The food's great here, so ain't got no complaints from me.
What's not to love, right? That's what we like to hear. No complaints from one of the Buckeyes' biggest transfers from the offseason, Caleb Downs, the 5-star safety, switching up, leaving Tuscaloosa to join us here in Columbus.
Now, the former Alabama defensive back decided to enter the transfer portal not long after legendary head coach Nick Saban decided to call it quits. Changing of the guard in Tuscaloosa is bringing about a season of uncertainty, something Downs says he didn't see at OSU.
I just love the program here. I love Coach Walton and love what the people had to say around here. I believe in Coach Day, and I believe in this team. They played great defense last year, and just watching the film and seeing how they progressed and seeing how their defense played last year definitely helped me make a more sound decision and having more facts about what I would be getting into.
Now, Downs is set to be a key cog in a defense that's already projected to be the best in the country this year.
Now, today's spring game will allow you to see how this year's potential defensive lineup is starting to shape up. The D line right now appears to be made up of defensive ends Jack Sawyer and JT Tuimoluau and defensive tackles Tyleek Williams and Ty Hamilton. Caleb Downs' transfer has left a question mark hanging over Sonny Styles. The junior impressed as a safety last season, but at 6'4", 235, he's got the build to be a shutdown linebacker. It's speculated he will be moved to weak side linebacker, although nothing has been confirmed yet. Now, if that switch does happen, it means Styles will partner with Cody Simon, who filled in well for Tommy Eichenberg last season.
Now that leaves the secondary. Denzel Burke decided to stay for his senior year, which likely means he and Davidson Igbinosun will continue their stellar partnership as lockdown corners. You'll also want to add Jordan Hancock to the starters as well. Last year, the Bucs switched to a 3-corner lineup, which saw Hancock excel in the nickel slot.
And that leaves the safety positions, which are expected to be filled by Downs and Lathan Ransom. Buckeyes looking to lean on their returning core of defensive talent for the upcoming season.
And hopefully that talent will lead them to a win against the offense later this afternoon.
Absolutely. It's going to be so interesting to see what's going on the field and on the sidelines, too. Some new coaches as well coming up, and we'll be seeing them.
And a sneak peek into the band. You know, they're playing
right.
Miley Cyrus over here a second ago
I
to the
know.
left.
It's
like
so fun to hear them.
Here.
Yeah, it's so fun to hear them warming up there over on the left of us there.
And people are passing by nonstop.
Yep,
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's
Going to be a big day. Coming up, the spring game today means there is an extra buzz around campus. And with that buzz comes added traffic headaches, closures, there's construction going on, drive times, if you're coming down here that you need to be aware of. We're going to break that all down for you when we come back.
You're watching Good Day Columbus on Fox 28.
Good morning, and thanks for waking up with us on this Saturday, April 13th. As you can see, we are not cooped up in our studio this morning because we are live at the Shoe, getting you ready for the spring game.
Yeah, it's Good Day Columbus on the road, and
Yeah.
it's shaping up to be a beautiful day for some gridiron action. Our team is spread out across the stadium, giving you everything you need to know about the game itself, about traffic and construction concerns, and of course about the spring game forecast. Out here right now, it's breezy. We're not going to lie, we're a little chilly out here right now, but man, the forecast looks gorgeous, Sarah. It's going to be a great day for a football game.
It is. We just got to get past these next few hours. Then we'll start to warm things up as we get into the afternoon. Unfortunately, the winds aren't going to let up until later tonight, so we'll feel a bit on the cooler side. But under the sun, it's going to feel very, very nice. Satellite and radar shows dry conditions across the area. The sun is shining. Blue skies across the board. 49 in Dublin, 48 in downtown, 48 in Grove City. But due to the winds, mainly from the northwest at 15 to 20 miles per hour, it does feel like the upper 30s and lower 40s out there still. We'll eventually break into the 50s though by 10 a.m., 50 degrees at 10, 56 at noon. By the time when the game starts, it'll be around 56, 59 at 2 p.m., then 62 at 4 p.m. If today is too chilly for you, don't worry, we'll be warming up. We'll be in the 70s for the next 3 days. However, that's going to help set the stage for rain showers and thunderstorms. Stay with us. I'll let you know when our first weather maker is on the way. A full check of your forecast is coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Thanks, Sarah. That wind's not stopping anything. The countdown to kickoff is continuing, and the hype for the game builds. Expects to see increased crowds all around campus this morning. We're seeing them already this morning.
It is really great to see so many folks streaming in here. Jeremiah Wilcox is on the other side of Ohio Stadium. Jeremiah, tell us what the scene is over there. How's traffic been, tailgating, what's going on?
A lot of excitement out here, a lot of fun out here. Just turn the camera, you can see outside the Shoe just across the street. There's a lot of people out here enjoying games, having fun, spending time with their family. But I want to show you one family that we've been talking to for the last minute or so. This is Duff Wilkerson. He drove 3 hours yesterday.
Conneaut, Ohio. And my grandson Damien. Yep. We're staying. We stayed last night and staying tonight. This is the first time we've been to the spring game. It's a great event. A great event.
It's exciting. The weather's nice. You know, a lot of great energy here.
Yes, it is. It's beautiful. All these events that the kids get to do, he's just enjoyed it. This has been great. This has been great.
So talk to me about what you're expecting today. You know, this is your first time with your family here at the spring game. What are you hoping for?
I tell you what, the weather has been nice. We were hoping for that because it was raining in Conneaut, so it's been beautiful. Just him to enjoy this moment and build memories. And looking forward to see the players walk the walk and get in the game and watch the game.
Yep, so it's really about building memories here. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what him and I want to do.
All right, well, thank you so much. I'm going to let you're playing Connect 4, this huge.
Connect 4, he's kicking field goals, he's throwing baseballs.
so really, you know, maybe he'll be a OSU player in the future.
That's what we're hoping for.
All right, well, thanks so much. And we're going to send it back to you for Good Day Columbus. I'm Jeremiah Wilcox.
All right, thanks, Jeremiah. Great to see those fans out there having some fun. Well, while the Ohio State spring game offers a chance for both new and returning players to get a few reps in at the Shoe ahead of the season, it also offers a chance for the Buckeyes to bolster their recruiting classes as well. Sarah says it's going to be a beautiful day for a game good day for folks to watch and see what goes on here at Ohio State.
Yes, and this year is no different. OSU is sporting one of the strongest squads we've seen in recent years, offering those still yet to make their decision an enticing vision of what their futures could look like.
An added twist this year, Georgia plans to have its spring game today as well. That means some players for the 2025 class and beyond who haven't decided where they're going to be playing their college ball will have to decide if they want to watch the Buckeyes or the Bulldogs. Now, luckily for Ohio State, they are dominating Georgia when it comes to recruitment. The OSU 2025 class is stacked this year. 3 five-star players ranked in the top 10 have already committed. Devin Sanchez, Naeem Offord will both continue the tradition of OSU having lockdown cornerbacks, while the quarterback room will also see the addition of Bellefontaine, Ohio's very own Tavian Sinclair. The 6'3" pocket passer joins a QB room that, barring any transfers, will also include Air Noland and Julian Sayin. Now, Sayin decommitted from Alabama to come down to Columbus, or I should say up to Columbus, and join the Buckeyes.
All right.
And that quarterback room is going to be the focus of a few key position battles heading into today's game, and it's going to give head coach Ryan Day a lot of food for thought.
Yeah, both Nolan and Sayin will likely spend this upcoming season learning from more senior players like Will Howard. The Kansas State transfer is expected to be the starter this upcoming season. After 4 years with the Wildcats, he comes with a lot of experience, and his play style fits what Day and offensive coordinator Chip Kelly are trying to accomplish.
But Devin Brown has also been taking first team reps, and he started spring training as the leader among the team. Lincoln Kienholz has also been in the system for almost 2 years now. He is seen by the coaching staff as a player with an incredibly high ceiling. All of this means that OSU will have 5 quarterbacks to choose from this coming season, an abundance of quarterbacks in that QB room.
That's an abundance.
It really is, and it's certainly a luxury that OSU is lucky to have.
For
no
sure,
question.
and that's going to make this game today even more fun. So many people are going to be looking to see who's going to hit the field.
Most critically, Ryan Day is going to be the one looking with the most critical
He's
eye.
the only one that kind of matters,
He
right?
really is, yeah, no question. All right, we've got much more coming up as we take a look at the spring game. We'll be right back after a short break. Stay with us. All right, the spring game isn't the only thing on our minds this morning. Of course, we are following several local news stories as well.
Now let's send things back to Terry Sullivan in the studio for a look at your morning headlines.
Thanks, guys. Well, a lot going on this morning. An 81-year-old man is accused of killing a 61-year-old Uber driver from Columbus. Deputies say a phone scam led to an avalanche of bad decisions. This is 81-year-old William Brock. Clark County investigators say this all started when Brock got a scam call about a relative. The person on the other end eventually began to threaten him, demanding money. Around the same time, that Uber driver, Lolitha Hall, also got a scam call to pick up a package at Brock's home. When she got there, investigators say Brock held her at gunpoint and demanded to know who had been calling him. Deputies say he eventually shot and killed her when she tried to get away. Investigators say during the whole time, Brock never attempted to call police. They tell us more charges could be coming, and they're also looking into the scam calls received by both of these people. Coming up, we're going to head back out to Tom and Seth. We'll be joined by Kellyanne Stitz to break down some storylines heading into the spring game, as well as the 2024 season.
So go wide to get everybody. You're like all at like here.
You're like, what? Where is
Kellyanne, mic check.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
A little over 2 hours to go until the 2024 spring game kicks off, offering fans and players their first taste of action in the shoe ahead of the 2024 season. And as we approach kickoff, it's shaping up to be a beautiful day to toss the pigskin around. Let's send things over to Sarah and talk about our forecast for one last look at the game day forecast.
That's right. So it's going to be a cool one, and it's windy outside, so just know that even though the sun is shining, it will feel a little cool because of those winds. One last look at today's featured sunrise photo. This was sent in by Maureen. Thank you so much for sending in this beautiful photo. Love the colors, very stunning with the oranges, yellows, and pinks. Again, thank you for sharing, and for everyone who's been submitting photos. I have a growing list, so it may take me a while to get to your photo, but I will share your photos when I can on Good Day Columbus. You can submit those photos to my Facebook page, or you can use your app or the desktop, and you can send your photos there. Just search for the sunrise, look for the Sunrises with Sarah tab, and then upload those photos there. Taking a look at the shoe, we're looking at temperatures at 48 degrees. It is breezy outside with winds from the northwest at 17 miles per hour. It's making it feel like 42 degrees outside. Satellite and radar shows dry conditions across the area as a high pressure system is in control. So for the spring game, it's going to be a beautiful spring cool day with temperatures around 56 at kickoff, 61 though by the time the game is over. So it will be warming up. But temperatures will be in the 70s by tomorrow ahead of our next weather maker. That weather maker is up in the north of the Dakotas. This has a cold front over North Dakota and Montana. That will dive into the region tomorrow night, and that's going to help produce some rain showers and thunderstorms. So for Sunday morning, a mix of sun and clouds, trying to show a few little sprinkles there in the morning hours, but for the most part, we'll stay dry with plenty of sunshine. It will also be breezy, but winds will be from the southwest, so that's what's bringing in some of that warmer air. By the time we get into the evening hours, after 6 p.m., showers trying to bubble up and a broken line develops at 8 p.m., diving to the I-70 corridor around 9 to 10 p.m., and then moving out by the time we get to the overnight hours. Now, a storm or two could pack a punch. We do have a low-end risk for severe weather for all across Ohio, with a little higher risk to the east and into Pennsylvania. We're looking at gusty winds to be the primary threat, though not ruling out some hail and frequent lightning. In your 7-day forecast, temperatures will soar into the upper 70s on Tuesday with our next weather maker. Rain showers and thunderstorms possible. And then by Friday, once a cold front passes through, temperatures take a tumble. We'll have highs in the upper 50s.
All right, thank you, Sarah. Sarah says it is breezy out here. She doesn't even know.
Say the least.
We've all got tears streaming down our face because we got the wind blowing in our eyes. All right, thanks and welcome back to the shoe here. It's going to be a beautiful spring game Saturday.
Yes, and we are joined now by the Football Fever's very own Kellyanne Stitz this morning. Good morning, Kellyanne.
Good morning, guys. Excited to be here. A little bit windy, but football's happening in the shoe today, so that's exciting. Speaking of, there's a lot of excitement and momentum surrounding this program, and that's reflected in the fact that this spring game, which is essentially a glorified inter-squad scrimmage, is nationally televised for the first time ever on Fox, bringing in a lot of folks to town, including Urban Meyer, who will be in the booth today. He got in yesterday. We caught up with him, and like many people, he will have his eyes on the biggest position battle, which is the quarterbacks.
The number one is who's going to be the quarterback. You know, I keep hearing about the freshmen, but you know, you go get the quarterback out of Kansas State, a tremendous player, and I think it's going to be much different look offense than what we've seen in recent years. It's going to be more spread style. That's what he's made to do. He's a rugged, you know, he's a Tebow type runner, and they got. I'm anxious to see these running backs.
All right, Kellyanne, one of the big storylines, of course, we're following is Caleb Downs, who recently transferred, of course, from Alabama. How is he going to fit? What will we see on the field from him today, do you think?
Well, a lot of coaches have been singing their praises about him. I think he will make an immediate impact this season. I mean, he was an All-American as a freshman at Alabama. I mean, that in itself just says what you need to know. But, again, high praise from him during spring ball. He was a 5-star out of high school, a top 10 prospect. He's living up to that billing. He was last year in the semifinal that Alabama took Michigan into overtime. Again, an All-American as a freshman. And this defense has a lot of stars returning. It's already going to be super solid this upcoming season, so he just adds to that power. And looking at that secondary, he played free safety at Alabama, and that's the one position that Ohio State doesn't have a returning starter. So that's where I feel like he'll make an immediate impact, and he's a guy that a lot of people will be looking out for today.
Kellyanne, some question marks surrounding Devin Brown. What can you tell us about the role he'll likely play next year? Oh, this year, yeah.
Yeah, well, Devin Brown, he's right back in that position battle at quarterback, competing for the starting job. Last season, it was a tight contest between him and Kyle McCord. Of course, Kyle winning the starting job. With Devin, his biggest battle is just staying healthy. He dealt with a lot of injuries last year, an ankle injury. He got injured in the Cotton Bowl, left early in the second quarter, and then we all saw how that game ended up playing out. But he is also a guy that Ryan Day says is flashing. He's going into year 3 at Ohio State. He knows this offense very well, knows what the coaches want from him. They're just looking for consistency out of him. But we'll all be watching to see what he does, who will lead the ones today between him, Will Howard, and a lot of people. There's a lot of talk right now about that freshman, Julian Sayin, who transferred from Alabama.
You know, I want to ask you about the transfer portal.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about so many of these transfers, so many people coming in from other schools that just seem so different different than years past. How much is this changing the game and changing this team?
I think it's a double-edged sword, and then you throw in NIL. It's just essentially turned into free agency now in college football. But with Ohio State, I mean, they have certainly benefited from it, from what they brought in, and also, again, what they have returning. But and what's interesting, too, is that the transfer portal opens up next week in the spring period. So we'll see how many guys end up staying. But I mean, they've added some stars from the transfer portal, not just Caleb Downs, but also to the offensive line. Seth McLaughlin is a guy who came from Alabama, so another guy that we'll see how they're going to be fitting in. Especially that offensive line needs to take some steps from last year, but Ohio State's certainly benefiting from it, that's for sure.
All right, Kellyanne, 11:30 today. Kellyanne is going to have the football fever right here. You guys are actually going to be inside the shoe, right?
We will be inside the shoe. I'll be joined by Jay and Obi. It's the usual crew, the usual suspects, and we are excited to kick off the spring game.
All right. All right, we are excited to see that. That's at 11:30. We will be right back. Much more ahead.
With all this spring game talk, it's tough to remember that Ohio Stadium isn't only going to be used for football.
That's right. Let's break down the jam-packed schedule ahead once the dust settles on this afternoon's game. Cleaning crews work to spiff up one of the cathedrals of college football, Ohio Stadium, known as the Shoe for its horseshoe shape dating back to before permanent stands were built on the south end in 1995. After Saturday's spring game, attention turns away from football. Crews will ready the Shoe for some amazing events.
It's no small undertaking, but it's really special. It's almost like the most amazing canvas in the world that we get to then put other events onto.
In April, get ready to tee up and play golf inside Ohio Stadium.
It's one of those things that you kind of like, you know, almost like dream about, of like, I had the weirdest dream. I was playing golf inside the Shoe, right?
Upper Deck Golf is touring major stadiums, allowing you to swing for the field.
You'll be in the upper deck, hitting a ball out onto the field, where there'll be special holes on the field, and it's a chance for that, you know, golf fan to experience something like, you know, they've never done before.
Then in June, get ready to rock the Shoe.
From Taylor Swift to Beyonce to the Rolling Stones, this place has seen some really cool concerts.
The latest cool concert, Buckeye Country Superfest. Zach Bryan headlines the two-day affair on the field. And before OSU football resumes residency at the Shoe, make way for the other kind of football on August 3rd. Legendary soccer teams Chelsea and Manchester City will play a friendly right here on the field, rather the pitch, right in the Shoe.
To see these teams in action is really a unique opportunity.
Why here?
Look around us, it's Ohio Stadium. When they take the field here, it's just like nowhere else in the country.
And there's one more biggie to look forward to. Next March, the NHL brings hockey to the Shoe. The Stadium Series finally comes to Ohio Stadium, where OSU and Michigan have battled on the field. The Columbus Blue Jackets and Detroit Red Wings recreate that rivalry on the ice.
I can't wait to see them put an ice rink out here on the field. I'm having a hard time imagining it fully.
It is kind of hard to imagine, but it is going to happen. You know, Columbus has been begging for that game in the Shoe here for years, and it's so great that it's finally happening. Absolutely.
Well, I'm looking forward to see how they lay everything out.
I know, it really is going to be interesting. All right, it's been a great morning here so far. We got a great game coming up. Thank you so much for joining us at the Shoe. Kickoff is at noon. Make sure you are with Fox 28 though at 11:30. That is when Kellyanne and company have a special football fever pregame show. It's going to take you right up to the kickoff at noon right here on Fox 28.
One more thing, Tom. OH.
I know.
Thanks for joining us.